Hello everyone and welcome to another unboxing and review of another latest Tamashii Nations Bandai figure. And today we have the Captain America from the Marvel Avengers Endgame line, which was released this month alongside Ronin and the Iron Man Mark 50. And in case you missed it, last month they released the Thanos, Black Widow and Ant-Man ones, which you can check the links in the description below for the reviews of those. And this is in a much larger box in comparisons to the Ronin, Ant-Man, Black Widow. So just a quick look, you can see I think the shield and the helmet takes up more space. So it's in a much bigger box. But of course next to the Thanos one, it's a much smaller scale. So we can do some size comparisons a bit later on. So of course Avengers Endgame is the final movie, at least for this generation. And I had to pick this up because I'm a big fan of the SH Figuarts line. In the past they have made some really good figures, highly detailed with plenty of accessories, and especially the Dragon Ball and superhero ones. And of course I had to pick up the Captain America, which is of course his final appearance, at least for this generation. We have a really solid box here. It's a really nice white color which matches with the theme of the film. And then on the front we have Captain America, Marvel Avengers Endgame, the logos Tamashii Nations and Bandai. Then we have the Marvel sticker here. On the side we have SH Figuarts, Captain America with the Avengers logo. At the top we have Captain America, SH Figuarts. And then on the other side we have SH Figuarts, Captain America and the Tamashii Nations sticker. At the bottom we have a picture of the figure with the website and hotline. And then on the back, of course, we have the figure in the different poses. And it says, simple style and heroic action, Tamashii Nations. So let's unbox the Captain America figure. So first we have the silver background with a reflection. Then we have the manuals to show you how to interchange the head sculpts and hands. And then we also have an advertisement for a survey. So now let's take a look at the actual figure itself. So here is a quick look at the overall figure inside its plastic packaging. So here are the accessories outside of its packaging. There are 3 sets of hands, the head sculpt, the parts to build the shield and the shield itself. So now for the overall look and articulation of the Captain America right out of its packaging. So here is Captain America in its original colors and design, with the star, the navy blue, the burgundy red and white, the brown belts, as well as the black boots. And then we have the return of the helmet, and it kind of does resemble Chris Evans, although they didn't have a head sculpt which included the helmet off. But I think they did that in the previous figures, so maybe if you have that you can exchange the head. But now let's take a look at the full articulation. So we'll start off with the articulation at the head. So it can be bent slightly forwards and then backwards. And then of course the full 360 spin. And then for the arms, there's nothing in the way for it to be stretched. And then we have the bends. And it can be twisted all the way around. This is for both sides. And then the actual hand, again the 360 spin, and then a slight movement as well on both sides. Gives them plenty of articulation. Then we got the body now. So the body can be slightly tilted forwards, and it can be moved backwards as well for reflexes. And then the actual crunch, it can be turned, but it does come off quite easily. So I don't think you want to do that too much, but you can see you can move side to side pretty well. And then we take a look at the foot or the legs. You can see pretty much does its usual standard SH Figuarts articulation. They can be bent on both sides, and then the legs can be twisted all the way around, rotated 360. Again, it does come off quite easily if you're not careful. Then the foot can be bent forwards and then back to normal, 360 spin on the foot, and of course that's the same for both sides. So the figure outside of its packaging is originally the closed fist for the punching action. The next set of hands is the open palms for the grapple or some running action. Then the next set of hands, we have another open palms, this time with the extra plastic sticking out, which of course is for the accessories. So let's test it out. So there are plenty of accessories included in this figure with the shield, and then on the back you can place the other accessories inside. So let's first test the first piece, and I think that just goes on the back like this, and then you have the extra piece which allows you to place it on the back of Captain America. Quite difficult to remove at first, but you can actually take off a really tiny piece of plastic on the back of Cap, and then we can then place the shield behind. Although it's a bit of a struggle to stand, I think there's extra weight added to the back, so it's giving him quite difficulty to stand properly. It definitely doesn't stand as well as the actual figure on its own. So yeah, it takes a bit of time. So if we just take off the shield now and try and figure out what the other accessories do. So next we can place the other two pieces of plastic onto the shield as well. And then we can also place this piece of plastic onto the shield as well, which can then be connected to the hand. Of course, if you want the full look of the shield, you can then place the other plastic back in as well. So it looks like the full shield. And then of course we have another piece which can be attached to the other side. Gives Captain America that blocking articulation or pose. And for the last set of hands, we have the accessories attached to it, which of course connects to the shield. And then for the interchangeable head, we have the eyes looking to the side. Here's a quick look next to the Black Widow Endgame figure, next to Ronan, next to Ant-Man, and next to Thanos. So now for my opinion and conclusion of the Captain America figure. Overall, it makes a really nice display. I think it resembles the character from the movie. However, I would have preferred a better alternate head sculpt, possibly a more aggressive face when he's fighting Thanos or when he's rallying the team during the final fight. And maybe even included a Steve Rogers face instead of the other head sculpt, which was just some eyes looking to the side. As for the accessories, I do like the interchangeable hands for different shield poses. So we have the blocking pose, the swinging pose, as well as the connection to the back of the armor. Although I must say some parts could have been in a more solid plastic material instead of the rubber, as some parts do fall off pretty easily. And one other thing is they didn't give us that iconic weapon for those who have seen the film. I think it was such a major part in the film, and they have included it in the upcoming Marvel Legends Endgame Captain America figure. But overall, I have no complaints. It's a very simple figure. You have your Captain America, you have the shield. And for those who have the Captain America Age of Ultron or Civil War, or even the Infinity War line from SH Figuarts, would you still pick this up? You can comment down below. So that was just a quick look at the Captain America SH Figuarts Endgame figure. And be sure to click the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell, as I'll be reviewing the latest Iron Man Mark 50 set from the Endgame line next. And if you haven't seen the Ronan review, which was also released this month, be sure to check the links in the description below, along with the Thanos, Black Widow and Ant-Man figures. Thanks for watching and see you next time.